Hey there, Becca Marino and
Kirsten
with your 411 no BS on body image and eating disorders. So today we are going to start off with a couple of facts to help provide some more information and insight into what an eating disorder really is and the impact that it's having on the people around us. Right on. Alright, so we talked a little bit about earlier, I talked a little about my feelings in regard to how there's more compassion and understanding and less shame for those who struggle with cancer. Like my sister had cancer. And the last thing I think anybody would want to do is to shun them or be embarrassed that she had cancer. Yeah, with eating disorders, it's the opposite. When I had my eating disorder, it was kind of a hush-hush thing. You know, you don't want anybody to know about it. It's embarrassing. There's something wrong. And that's so uncool. And so what we're going to do here is talk to you guys a little bit about the facts. Because pain is pain. And somebody's struggling with cancer and somebody's struggling with an eating disorder. They're both in pain. And they're both at risk of dying. But they can also get help. And what they need is support. They need love. And they need a great team to help them pull out of it. So, the first thing, eating disorders are the most lethal mental illness out there. It's not just about the food. It goes so much deeper than the food. Alright?
And that's a fact that a lot of people are surprised to hear. You know, because I'm a psych major at Memphis, and in classes where we learn about abnormal psych or health psych, I once had a teacher ask the question, what do you think is, you know, the most lethal mental illness? And people were like, oh, depression, because people commit suicide, and everyone was shocked to hear that it's eating disorders. Yes, 20% of individuals with eating disorders who do not get treatment will die. And that's a particularly scary statistic because there is so much shame and people don't want to, you know, admit they have a problem or reach out and get help. But, I mean, 20%, that's 1 in 5. It's a big number.
And it's huge. And not just the shame, but the fact that right now it's still insurance. It's ridiculous. And again, I'm going to use, there's other diseases and illnesses out there where insurance wouldn't blink before they considered helping them get have treatment that they need. Eating disorders, it's still very difficult for somebody with an eating disorder to have their insurance cover it to where it's going to make it affordable. And then the last statistic,
the death rate for anorexia in females ages 15 to 24 is higher than the rate for all other causes of death combined.
What? Can you say that again?
The death rate for anorexia in females ages 15 to 24 is higher than the rate for all other causes of death combined.
It's pretty serious. Yeah, the Halloween costume.
Yes.
Let's talk about Miss Anorexia. Never heard of it, hadn't seen it. We were at a Double Beauty workshop and Kirsten was like, have you seen this Halloween costume? And the name of it was Anorexia, and I looked at it and I'm going to let her take it over. Tell us about it.
Well, in keeping with the current trend of Halloween costumes for women being revealing and provocative, someone thought it would be a good idea to make eating disorders sexy. and turn it into a Halloween costume. The picture advertising the costume is a girl with this very flirty look on her face, and she's wearing a short-sleeved black little dress, and it has the outline of a skeleton on it in white. Her belt, which she's very flirtatiously holding the end of out to the side, is a measuring tape that goes around her waist, and then she's holding the excess with this little look at me look, and she has a name tag that says Anna, like the girl's name Anna, and then her last name is Rexia.
I think we should flip that sheet back down real quick. Eating disorders are the most lethal mental illness. The death rate for anorexia in female ages 15 to 24 is higher than the rate for all other causes of death combined.
Which I would guess is somewhat of the target age group for this costume.
There's really not a whole lot more to say. Whew. All right. Most fashion models are thinner than 98% of American women. I thought this was a pretty cool fact because, I'm going to read it one more time. Most fashion models are thinner than 98% of American women. Yet, probably 98% of American women feel and think that we should look like the models that we see and are willing to do whatever it takes to appear the way the models do in the magazines and in the ads. That's absolutely crazy. 98% of American women. Next one.
.46% of 9 to 11-year-olds are often or sometimes on diets, and 82% of their families are also often or sometimes on diets.
What exactly do we think that means? 46% of the 9 to 11-year-olds out there are often or sometimes on a diet, and 82% of their families. What do you think the connection is there? Maybe
whatever they're hearing at home is what they're going to put into practice in their life. You know, if mom's on a diet and she's talking about how good it is to be on a diet and not eat this and that, you know, the 9 to 11-year-olds can be like, okay, I'll do the same thing. Or, you know, in some households, you know, if one member of the family's on a diet, the whole family's on a diet.
Right. Some pretty powerful factual statistics that we've got there. So cool beans. Thanks for tuning in to our No BS 411 on body image and eating disorders with Becca Marino and
Kirsten Cannon.
Alright, always remember, beauty, worth, and value from the inside out.